Okay, Kristen.
Okay, I'd like to call to order the monthly meeting of the planning board. Roll call, please, Ann.
Chairperson Swinton,
Present.
Member Files, Member Bourgeois,
Present.
Member Teresi,
Present.
Member Carwheel,
Present.
Attorney Legnard,
Present.
Maggie Alex,
Present.
Todd Ward.
Present.
And for the record, Teresa Files is present.
No, I noted her. I can
Okay.
see her, but she was muted.
It's muted.
Okay, we have two items to come before the board this evening. The first is a request from Kaylin O'Brien, owner of 4 Center Court, Green Island, New York, requesting a special use permit on behalf of prospective tenant Greg Catlin, who wishes to use the warehouse space for personal use, store tools, equipment, and 2 personal vehicles. The property is zoned industrial. Hi, Kaylin, could you give us a brief description of what you'd like to do?
Well, I had some vacant space and this gentleman responded, to the opening and he wanted to use it. I said it was pretty much for storage and he said, well, I'd like to store my stuff here, but I do tinker and I hobby on, vehicles and I want to do some woodworking. So that's why I reached out to Maggie just to make sure that that's appropriate. Other than just storing stuff. So he's just going to kind of use it as a hobby shop. It's not a business, it's for his own personal use.
Okay, and
So
the vehicles
that's
that
about
would
it.
be, the vehicles that would be there, they're just his vehicles. He's not storing them for anybody else
Yes.
or working on anybody else's. When you say tinkering, what does that mean as far as cars?
Well, that's what I asked him. He said he does fabrication. He is a fabricator, by trade. So I think he takes like scrap parts and redoes it. That's what he kind of explained to me. So I don't know like the full details, but he said it's stuff that he does in his own garage right now. Nothing different than what anyone else would do if they're working on a vehicle.
Okay, I think I would like a little more clarification. He's not on the call at all, is he?
No. I could
Okay.
try to reach out to him or.
Well, I mean, it's different to have a storage space than to have an actual garage where you're working on cars. I don't
Right.
know, is he going to be painting cars? Are there going to be fumes? Is there going to be noise?
That was one thing I asked him, about the noise level, and he said it wouldn't be bad. It's just he's going to be doing what was the word, like fabrication, he said. But it wouldn't be loud. And it's going to be anytime like after 3 when he gets out of work Monday through Friday. He would close, stop working in there at 9 o'clock at night, at least by 9, he said. He works early and then on the weekends. So I
Okay,
could get more specifics, exactly.
I think we would have to, because there's a large difference between it being an actual garage where they're working on cars than just storing cars.
Right.
So those are different uses. Maggie or Todd, do you have any questions?
Caitlin, did you say he was going to store stuff? And in addition to that, he's going to store cars and have a workshop?
Well, what he does, he has a garage right now that he said he's completely outgrown. And he has all his tools in there. He has a couple of vehicles. He said he has no room to work on his vehicles. That's why the space looked good to him.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm not sure what else, he's not storing. It's pretty much, he said, a place for his hobby. And that was it.
All right. One question I have is, the unregistered vehicles out back there, are they going to be moved soon?
The one Jeep.
The Jeep, yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to my tenant about that.
Okay. All right. So that's the only thing he'll be using it for. He'll be using it for his 2 cars and a wood shop.
Wood shop, yep. That's what he
no one-
explained to me. Yep.
I thought you had mentioned storage and the wood shop and his cars. That's all.
Well, what he wants, I mean, that's what I I put the space out there for storage and he said, I need a place to keep my tools and I would like to, tinker on them, work on my hobby here. So I said, let's see if it's okay.
All right. It's kind of vague. I'm going to be honest with you, but there's a whole board here. You can answer some questions for you, I
Okay.
guess.
Maggie, do you have any questions?
No, I just have two comments. I have, the first comment is in question were some 55-gallon drums that were outside the property that we deemed as outside storage. I just wanted the board to know that those have since been removed. And also that I don't believe this request will require a fit up of any sort inside the building, but if it does, it will require a building permit. But in either case, a CO will be required. So if or when the request moves forward, just let us know and a CO inspection can be scheduled. And, he wouldn't be able to function in that space until it was granted.
Okay. And how long does that take to get a CO? Do you have to set up an appointment or?
That's just a matter of calling the office and scheduling at a point. I mean, that can be done
Okay.
within days.
Okay.
Does the board have any questions?
Yes, I have a question or a comment to make. Again, like everybody says, this is a pretty vague thing. Usually we have people that are coming in, they have set hours that they're going to be working. They have an exact kind of description of what they're going to be doing. So with that being said, if this permission was granted to use this space and then some issues came up down the road, it's kind of hard to, I think would be kind of hard to revoke that permit if there's no ground rules or specific things that like somebody might break the rules kind of thing. So is there any way maybe if we wanted to do like a temporary use thing for 3 months, 6 months, something like that to see how this kind of goes and then revisit it? Or I would hate to say that we don't want to allow this not knowing what's really going on, but I think if we do and then something comes up later on, will we be able to rectify things? So just my thought on that.
Okay.
I agree with you, Bob. It's difficult to issue a special use permit when we really don't know what the use is. But I think we could move forward with the warehouse space as far as storage and giving approval for that right now. And maybe table the rest of the request until next month. Maybe he could join us for the meeting and explain exactly what he wants to do.
Well, here's my dilemma. At first I thought, well, geez, I have permission. It's an industrial zoned place. We could, store stuff. And then when he did want to work on, he said, well, I'd like to work on here. Maybe we should just check, make sure everything's okay. And I said, yeah, good idea. So it kind of delayed him moving in a month, and he's like pretty anxious, and I would just hate, and I didn't want him to move all of his items in and then find out he wouldn't be able to utilize the space. That would be a big burden on him. I could get more detail of, from him exactly what he's going to do. I know that from what we've gone back and forth, and he said it's hobby work. There will not be a business or retail activities. He does work on vehicles, his own cars. I'm just looking at my different emails that he sent. It's his intended use for the space is a place to perform hobby fabrication work. It would include working on his own personal vehicles, CNC machine of metals, and woodworking. So that's.
The whole car thing scares me. That's the whole, it always starts off like that. And then, you you have a friend and this and that, and then you have an illegal garage. And in my experience,
Okay.
and I just wished we had more information on it. That's all.
That I agree.
Well-
I'm not certain how we can approve a special use when we're not clear on what the use is.
Would you like me to try and get him in on the call? To have a better
Well,
idea?
We really can't do that right now. The next
Okay.
meeting is starting in 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But I would be comfortable asking the board if they would be willing to approve the special use permit for warehouse space.
Uh-huh.
And we can always revisit it,
Right.
and get more information from him
Oh,
and then find out what the other special use would actually be.
I mean, I don't need do I need a use or a special permit to just use it as storage?
Yes, for anything in an industrial zone, you have to have a special use permit for any use,
For each tenant or for just the building in itself?
for each tenant.
Okay, okay. So I don't know, help me here. How do we, now I feel if I mean, I may end up losing this tenant.
No, and nobody wants that. We just,
I know.
we're just asking for a little bit more information, and
Yeah,
I wish you had it now. We encourage you to do what you're doing, but
Right.
just past experiences have not been good from what I've
Oh.
seen.
okay,
but-
so
but
like the fear is that it could be like I mean, has it turned into things that you've seen that are,
Well,
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
we,
so everybody says they're gonna work on my car, blah, 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 and then, a week later, there's 2 more cars out there, and then there's a line of cars within a month time, and they're all
Okay.
friends and cousins and this, we're not paying, or some money exchange and stuff like that, but still that'd be
Okay.
illegal. But
But I mean,
it-
even
it happens,
besides,
but
even
ahead.
besides that, we need to know what the actual use is. We can't give approval for an idea that we're not sure what exactly he wants to do. So we need to establish what the use is going to be. And then a special use permit will be issued for that specific use and only that use.
Okay, well, could we say that it's his own personal hobby shop? Or not shop or
Right.
location or,
But you would need to define what is that? What would you be doing in that hobby shop? It's
he would be working on his own vehicles?
right, but I mean, what exactly would he be doing? Is he painting them? Is he doing oil changes? Is he rotating tires? I mean, there's all different things that you can be doing to a vehicle.
Okay. Well, let me, well, is there a way that I could get more exact detail to the board via written or I just hate to wait another month. That's my
Well-
only dilemma. Sorry.
No, I understand that. And I mean, why don't we go forward? You do want the approval for the warehouse space,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So why don't we do that tonight? And we can table the rest of this. You can get some more information. And if it's really necessary to get it done quickly and not wait until next month, we can
Okay,
see if we could have a special meeting
okay. Oh, I
well,
appreciate that.
before then. But we can't give approval if we're not sure of what the use is.
Okay, all right. Would we do another Zoom meeting? And
Yes.
okay, all right.
Yes, it would have to be a public meeting like this. It would have to be noticed with the papers again. So there are some time, restrictions there.
Okay,
So it couldn't be tomorrow.
right,
But-
right. No, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so maybe within a week or,
We would have to, Anne has to notice it with the paper and everything again. So we can get together with you after the meeting tonight to figure out that.
okay, all right. Sorry, I thought it would be something simple and, but it's a little more detailed, I guess, so.
The best thing would be to have him participate in the conversation.
Okay, right. Do you want, if we want to speak after do you want me to try to get in touch with him or wait till the next Zoom meeting?
No, you need to speak with him now to determine what exactly the use is going to be and then get back to us
Tonight?
requesting. No, it
Oh,
doesn't have to
okay.
be tonight.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay.
Okay, does
All right.
anyone else have any other questions? Okay, if not, could I ask for a motion to approve the special use permit for warehouse space?
I make the motion.
All
I'll
in
second
favor
that.
or second? Bob,
I'll
did you
second
second?
Listen, Bob,
All,
Say aye. Aye.
all in, opposed? Okay, then the special use permit has been granted. Could we have a motion to also, I think we need a motion to table portion of this so that we can revisit it?
Yes,
I'll make the motion.
Tabling the use for the hobby shop, I guess, or woodworking shop, as he called it.
Okay, so we have a motion to table it.
Teresa, and I'm not sure who else.
Second,
Second.
Chris.
all in
Thank you.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, then we've tabled that portion. Now we can go on to our second request. It's a request from Chuck Bafundi Jr., owner's representative for South Island Apartments, 10 Starbuck Drive, Green Island, New York, requesting a special use permit for a prospective tenant on the Island Wine and Liquor LLC to operate a liquor store at this location. The property is zoned a planned development district. Chuck, are you on here?
I am. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, we're here today representing, I'm representing both South Island Apartments LLC, Starbuck Island Luxury Apartment Community on behalf of On the Island Wine and Liquor, which is our first tenant for 10 Starbuck Drive. The liquor store would have hours of operation Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. We're forecasting 2 employees, not including the principals of the business. And they would be first floor closest to the entrance on what would be the wing closest to the boulevard.
Okay, just the usual questions, truck traffic.
No big truck traffic other than like box trucks for delivery. And they would be to the back of the building. When the building, when code review takes place, you'll see the back storage is on the back side of the building away from the road. And those trucks would pull in there, offload. The deliveries would be taken into the back of the building. And then they would turn around and go out the main entrance.
Okay. Maggie and Todd, do you have any questions?
Nope.
I'll just make one comment. The property owners did submit stamped engineered plans for review. They are under review right now with our village engineer, Gary Nathan. And we are back and forth with comments, and they have initiated the permit process for this space. So that is already, their plans are already prepared with plans and they have been submitted.
Okay, does the board have any questions or comments?
Is there any special parking requirements? Is there a special parking lot?
Yes, so the commercial building has a front lot and a partial back lot. Right now with 0 tenants right now, we have no concern with any type of parking, but the engineered design for the site plan was studied and data supported the tenant space that we had with the square footage and the parking that we have planned right now for, a handful of visitors strewn out throughout operating hours.
Are there any other questions? If not, then could I ask for a motion to approve the special use permit for On the Island Wine and Liquor LLC?
Make the motion.
I'll
Second.
second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Then the special use permit is granted.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Chuck. If we have no further business, could I ask for a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I'll
Second,
second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Then we're adjourned. Thank you.
a
Okay,
nice
we'll be
night.
transferring to cancel the live, so just hung tight, and it is